Let me ask you a question. If you could go back to that moment where you feel like you're on fire and you're drowning and people want an answer from you, if you could go back to that moment and respond differently, what would you have done?
I would have absorbed all of it. I probably wouldn't have deleted the apps on my phone. I would have taken in my mistakes. I would have taken in where I went wrong, and I would have waited. Unfortunately, that's not what people want. It's the height of the moment, and they want that response right then. I wouldn't have given it. I would have taken the time to understand what I am saying and what I did and what's happening to me. I would have understood it. I would have absorbed it, and I would have came back when I was ready, taken full accountability for everything, apologized, and kind of what I did the second round when I came back. Explain how I'm going to do better and that this is the last time you will see me in drama. And by the way, it was. It was the last. That was it. There was like a million little dramas, a big drama, and that was it for me because I was like, I'm going to do this differently now. And but I would have answered it in a mature way and said how truly sorry I really am and how like I own this. And I do think there is like a really beautiful thing in mistakes. By the way, my icons are Monica Lewinsky, Pamela Anderson, and Martha Stewart, because we all got the road bumps, right? We all got those speed bumps in our story, and like where they're at today, like they're my heroes, because I feel like I relate to them a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's a beauty in making mistakes because I feel like you can take accountability for them, but there's so much you can learn and grow from them. You don't learn and grow on your best day of life. I didn't learn and grow while I was on a private jet going to an island. I didn't learn and grow making millions of dollars. I learned and grew from my huge mistakes, you know, and they changed my life forever in the best way. They changed my life in the best way because coming out of that and, you know, bulldozing my way through online and also when you take that level of heat, it makes you a different beast of a person. Like people were like, I'm so scared to get canceled. I'm so scared to mess up. I'm scared to have that career. I'm like, oh, well, the worst has already happened for me. So I'm not scared at all. Yeah. But it really makes you a different beast of a person. Cause one, it's like, damn, at one point in my life, the whole world was coming at me and like, I'm still alive. Like I lived through it. Yeah. You know, like that's a miracle in itself. And like I can look back at that and be like, damn, like you have to be tough to go through that. And now, not that I'm bulletproof, I'm still human and always will be, but the degree of what I went through, even though it was my fault, comments just don't bother me anymore. Let me say it that way. It's really hard to upset me with comments online because, you know.
You've seen the worst of it.
Yeah. The noise is a lot quieter.
Yeah. So the second round of in my head, I'd taken so much time off. Best decision I ever made. Absorbed it all. Came back. I'm bulldozing through the drama. But I also was like, I'm never going to tell anything ever again. Friendships are going to be private. And this are the things that made me who I was online. This is the reason people loved me. This is the reason people followed me. And I was like, I'm just going to be a machine and I'm going to ease my way out of beauty because I saw how volatile beauty was. And it was like the next year was another person in beauty getting canceled. The next year was another person in beauty. Like it was like every year they were hungry for it, you know? And like people are always going to make mistakes. Yeah. You're going to have plenty to catch people up for always. Yeah. But I saw the direction that was going and I was like, I'm going to be a lifestyle. I'm going to transition into lifestyle. And I had my niece at this time and I hadn't told people like why my niece lived with me. You know, there's a lot of speculation and I had someone on my team was like, hey, you should talk about that. And that was huge for me because I was like, I will never be that stupid again to just be like this wild open person that shares.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, this is big. And they were like, I think a lot of people go through families and with custody with kids. And I think a lot of people deal with, you know, drug abuse and all of this. And like, if people just knew why she was living with you, like that would give them so much context on you and what's going on in your world. So I made the one video. explaining that, and I never regretted it. It was the best decision ever to tell my audience who have been loyal to me. I mean, my audience is built different, okay? That's what I always say. I'm like, my audience is different. They're not just like your regular old, oh, I like that girl. They've been through it with me. You know what I mean? Best day, worst day. So they are like die hard. And like, I do owe that to them because they've showed up for me on my worst days.
That's so special.
Yeah.